What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Timeless Travelers Tutorials. And in today's video, we're going to be going over how to build a zero-tick bamboo farm. This zero-tick bamboo farm fits an entire chunk, meaning that accommodating for the sides to keep our casing and on and off switches, this will fill a 14 wide space and it will produce about 41,000 drops per hour. This amounts to about 23 to 24 shulker boxes of bamboo per hour. Now, why would you need that much bamboo? Well, the answer is very simple. If you are running a super smelter or a furnace array, similar to something like this, you're going to want industrial levels of fuel. And to be quite honest, you're not going to want to have to mine for coal or chop for wood. Just to keep a massive smelter going. So that is why on Bedrock we would use a zero-tick farm to help fuel our large projects. Now the design that I am doing is somewhat modified. I used it to help accommodate my Let's Play series for my industrial smelter, but the original concept of zero-ticking does in fact come from navynexus, and it is predominantly his design. I simply expanded it to fill an entire chunk. There is going to be a link to his videos down below. Of course, take a look at his stuff because he makes incredible zero-tick farms, and pretty much all zero-tick farms are inspired from him. So that'll be down below. Take a look at that. And of course, don't forget, if you enjoyed videos like this, don't forget to leave a like down below, subscribe to the channel, and slap the notification bell so you can stay up to date on all future content. Now, without any further ado, let's get on with the tutorial. Now, don't forget to check down below in the description for a full material list. And with that said, what you want to do first is you want to, of course, zone out your chunk. Because this is Bedrock, redstone tends to be a little wonky and a bit unstable. So for that reason alone, we want to chunk align. And because zero ticking is also a bit unstable, we want to keep it all within a chunk if we can help it. Make sure that you zone out your spaces. Now, I will be providing a link down below in the description to kind of help you figure out where your chunks are if you are not using a resource pack for the Windows 10 edition. But once you have your four corners set up and you are inside your chunk, we're going to go ahead and we're going to take out that. And this is going to be that start of your chunk. We're going to go out by 15 with our building blocks. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. You should stop right there. Okay. And then you're going to want to just go out 14. So you want to stop right before there. Okay. Now, since we already have our building blocks out, we'll go ahead and do another strip of 14. With a 1 block gap in between, just like that. Then you're going to want to get out your sticky pistons, bring that all the way across, just like that. Good. Then we want to get out the sand, bring that across all along those solid blocks. Perfect. Now, what we want to do next, get out your building blocks or your redstone indicator blocks, like a colored wool. And we're going to go ahead and put that here. Place down your lever. This is going to make a nice little V shape, okay? And get your lever, power it on. And then get out your repeater. You'll see this one powers on. That's fine. Make sure that this is on, because once you complete this clock, it's going to go back and forth. And because the sand isn't secure, it's going to kind of, it'll break. So go ahead and place your dust here. And place your torch here. Now, here's what I mean by if you just let this run. So right now it's fine, but if you run the risk of all of them breaking if you have all of them connected. So make sure you have that switch on before you connect your redstone up to all of these. Okay, all the pistons should be extended. You can go ahead and for now, it's safe to test this out. You can flick that if you want. And if nothing falls, then you should be good. You're within your chunk. Now that that works, we can place some sand all the way across your pistons. And we're going to actually go up one more. Now you're going to want to start by wrapping some of this up. Otherwise, if you turn this on right now, let me just show you real quick. This is going to be a little messy. you run the risk of this ends up happening, and we don't want that. So make sure that once you start placing your sand on top of here, that you do not activate this. So making sure that you don't turn this on, go ahead and fill in this casing just a little bit more just to secure everything. Now, we don't want any of the sand showing, so make sure that this is all covered up. And we're going to leave, actually, no, we're going to fill this in as well. Okay. And we're going to leave this open for some circuitry. You'll see in just a moment. So leave it like this, just for now. Just fill it all the way up to the sand level. Now, we're going to come over to this side, and we're going to go up and over. And just go ahead and break that temporary block. Now bring this all the way across. It's going to be the same length as your sand line. And then we're going to torch this up just to make sure that we have adequate light, because if you encase this up and if you're in a darker area, we won't have enough light for the bamboo to properly grow. Then on top of that torch, go ahead and get down your pistons, lay that all the way across, again, the same length as your sand. Now we're going to go ahead and connect our redstone up. So go ahead and coming out of the side of this piston, get out your torch, place a solid block, place another torch, solid block on top of that, and then bring your torch out to the side, placing a solid block right here, and run that redstone all the way across. Let's bring it back here just for you to see. Take a screenshot if you need. So we're going to come out of the side of that piston, place a torch, build that block up, put a torch right on top, have it powering going into this block, torch coming out the back with a block on top, run that redstone all the way across. Bringing it back to the front for just a moment. Now, this is really up to you. You can do hoppers coming out, you can do water streams. Just for tutorial purposes, I'm going to be placing down some chests and hoppers. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring that out like that, and we're going to go in just like that. So when the bamboo breaks, it's going to go straight into the hopper, into the double chest. We're going to bring that all the way across until you have something that looks like this. Now, again, this is really up to you. Now, because this produces large amounts of bamboo, you don't want these hoppers all connected going into one chest, because they will clog very, very quickly. So that's why for this demonstration, we just have 2 hoppers going into a double chest to prevent any clogging. If you have a hopper line for each individual stalk of bamboo, that would be the optimal way of doing things, and then adding in double chests to kind of help prevent any backup in your hoppers. But now, what you want to do, you can go ahead and place your bamboo all the way across, like that. And at this point, you're really pretty much done. It's now a matter of securing your build. And if we go ahead and get a little bit of glass, there we go. If you want to just take a look at what you've created, you can bring glass across here. It really is up to you. But what things that you definitely want to have done is you want to have all of the sand covered, and you want to make sure that you are within one chunk. That is the base requirements for functionality. And then, of course, you also want to make sure that your hoppers are not going to overflow. And then we'll just go ahead and fill this in as well. And then any more casing that you want done is entirely up to you. We've got everything we need for a functioning zero-tick bamboo farm, everybody. We have all of the storage. We have our pistons ready. We can go ahead and give this a little test. All right, okay, slight oversight. My apologies. Make sure, don't do what I did. Don't put your stuff right here. Make sure that the bamboo can go through. Rookie mistake, I know, but it happens to the best of us. Just make sure that it has a way of going forward. If we take a look here, we can see that it is all now going forward and straight down into our hoppers. And as you can see, just in that moment of correcting the glass, we have about 2 stacks, about 1 stack in some of these, of bamboo. This grows at a very quick rate. At about 3 minutes, you're going to fill up a single chest or fill up one whole shulker box. And one final note for troubleshooting and damage prevention. So, because this is Bedrock, and because this is zero tick, and because we have to have everything in a chunk for it to work properly, it also makes sense that we don't want to leave the loaded chunks while this is on. If we leave these loaded chunks while they are on, then when we come back, you're going to find the same issues as earlier on in the tutorial when I turned this on without having all of our sand properly covered. You're going to have your sand break and fall out. You're going to lose your bamboo. It's just going to break your farm. You're going to have to take this apart, figure out what went wrong where, fill in the sand where it needs to be, put the bamboo back in place. And it's just a hassle to have to do that over and over and over. So as long as you stay in the loaded area, and that really depends on what your simulation distance is. It's on you to know how far out your ticking area and your loaded chunks are, depending on your sim distance. So do a little research on that, and that will tell you just how far you can be from one of these farms. Knowing that, you will be able to keep your farm safe and, most importantly, working at optimal efficiency. But that's going to be it for today's tutorial. Thank you all again so much for joining. I am Timeless Traveler, and this was Timeless Traveler's Tutorials, a zero-tick bamboo farm. I hope you've enjoyed this little tutorial and gotten something out of the zero-tick bamboo farm. Let me know down below with a like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. And comment down below if you are new to zero ticking and you maybe learned something new, or let me know if this is going to help any of your industrial level builds and farms. And of course, don't forget to take a look down below in the description for navynexus's zero tick bamboo farm, the founder of the zero tick concept for the Bedrock. All of that credit goes to him. I simply extended it out just a little bit more. But take a look at his stuff. Great content, great videos, a lot of good stuff that you can learn from and learn different ways that you can do your farms. So that'll be down below. And if you don't like zero tick farms, if you don't want to do anything like that, there are also other tutorials such as this amazing minecart loader with a smart chest detection system, anti-clog. We've got item elevators. We got other sorts of farm builds that we've done in other videos. You can take a look at those as well if you want to learn how to create different farms and a different way of playing Minecraft. So until then, you all take care, have an amazing day, and I will see you all in the next video.